And we have returned. That's right. You got me, Josh, back for another week of call casting and Hawks talking. But I brought the original back. I brought Garrick back with me for this week. Garrick, what's happening, man?
Nice to meet you, Josh. Long time no see.
Nice to meet you too, man. Man, have we met? Nah. But today, guys, I was thinking of not recording or doing anything this week or next week or the week after or whatever. But you know what? I came up with something. I wrote a little article. You guys should be able to see it by now up on the site. I created, or at least on the Peachtree Hoops website, a power ranking, a mid-summer power ranking. Garrick, you're here to dissect this with me. I hope you're just as excited as I am to do this incredibly early power ranking.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. You have some doozies on here.
I will say it's kind of hard, but you know what? Let's go ahead and start it off. Number one, the favorites, as I have listed, Golden State. Do we need to explain this?
Nah. Yeah,
No.
they're clear cut number one.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens if Draymond is allowed to play. Draymond's having a rough summer. Draymond's having a rough summer. Okay, guys, we didn't even explain this. Golden State Warriors, probably the greatest backcourt and perimeter shooting ever. Okay, number two, I put the Spurs. Um, they lost Tim Duncan, but they still have Marcus Aldridge, Kawhi Leonard, and everybody else. Um, is this a consensus as a number two, Garrick? I need to know your
Uh,
opinion.
no. I'm going
No,
with the champ. No.
the Cavs.
Yeah.
The Cavs is
Even
number
though,
two. All
yeah,
right.
even though they haven't signed LeBron yet.
They haven't signed J.R. Smith yet either.
Yeah, that's true. I'm
No, but
going with the
well,
Cavs.
what's got you putting the Cavs at two?
Just the way they came together last year after they fired David Blatt. Um, Teron Lue did better than I was expecting, especially in the finals. So
Well, they no longer have Matthew Dellavedova. You know, that is the part holding that team together.
yeah, I don't know how will they make out without scrappy Matthew Dellavedova.
Dirty Matthew Dellavedova. All right, our first disagreement here at you have him at two. Well, man, you have him at two. I feel bad. Well, let me go down to number three, and I have the Clippers. Um, I don't know. I just feel like if the team is healthy, they're really good, and they kind of got shafted last year in the playoffs. We have Team USA representative DeAndre Jordan on that team, and also the guy who Blake Griffin's fist accidentally hit. The face of the guy whose fist accidentally hit is gone. Do you
Yeah,
do you think there will be a lawsuit in the future for that? I mean, come on, that guy is gone this year. Come on, something's up.
spend for suing for some Steve Ballmer money.
Steve Ballmer probably just paid him off. I don't know. But who would you have at three? Would you put the Spurs there?
Yeah, I put the Spurs at three. They're still
Okay.
very good team.
Still very good.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, now I have at number four the Cavs because I'm a hater, I guess. I don't know. I thought about it and I was like, well, thinking of the team, could they beat the Clippers? I don't know. Granted, the Cavs don't exactly have a three on their team, but they got everything else,
Uh,
which I
we're just
feel.
we're just reshuffling our top four. It's not the Clippers. So
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the Clippers are that bad at all. I mean, I don't know. I just looking at the Cavs lineup and I'm thinking about it and I'm like, does that match up well with the Clippers at all? I don't know. No idea.
Yeah,
Anyway,
excited to see Blake Griffin come back and see how he was still hurt when uh everything went down last year.
yeah, when they were
And Chris
playing,
Paul getting injured. So
it's
I
horrible.
think this is their last year together. So hopefully they try to make the best of it.
Uh, so now we get to the part of my list, the challengers. These 5 through 15. Garrick, I kind of just threw them out there. I'm sure everyone will disagree with what I have. Heck, I even kind of disagree with what I have. So let's go ahead and get to it. So, Garrick, at number 5, I put the Boston Celtics. And it's not like I think the Celtics are going to be really good. It's just I have a hard time kind of like dancing around with everybody else on my list. Why are the Celtics considered like so good this year? Like, I know the addition of Horford does something, but are people just like banking on all their young talent to get better?
That and Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens is like a he's like a power up in a video game.
Oh, he's that
Yeah,
power up. He's a man.
yeah, it's that extra 5 points to every attribute that you have.
Do you think Brad Stevens is going to make like Horford that much better? Because it's not like Horford's coming from a situation where he had bad coaching. So I don't know. I just kind of like wonder why everyone considers Boston the favorites as the number 2 in the East when it's just like, really, are they that good?
Yeah, I think it's between them and Toronto. I would probably give Toronto just a little edge.
Oh, okay. So that means you put Toronto at 5.
Yeah,
I'm
you can go
guessing.
either way. Yeah,
Well, I put Toronto at 6 because I said they're basically bringing back the same team, but I dropped them just because they were losing depth for that team. I don't know.
yeah. Losing Biz would probably hurt.
And it's the players in that team are kind of who they are, at least in my opinion. You don't really see them having the possibility to make a large step forward because they don't have much young talent. At least I'm saying this off the top of my head, like Boston does.
I
And
like the rookie they just drafted. What's his name? Podal, Jacob Podal.
sure, Garrick, sure. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. They have no Brad Stevens, but
yeah.
apparently. Are we allowed to say bad things about Brad Stevens, or is that just kind of
It's
like
basketball
forbidden?
blasphemy.
It's kind of forbidden.
Yeah,
Um, Brad Stevens lost to the Hawks in the playoffs, but apparently Brad Stevens was perfect. Um, I feel like every minute of Sullinger he had out on the floor was a wasted minute for the Celtics.
isn't
But
Sullinger's on the Raptors now?
he's on the Raptors. Okay, well
Yeah,
that's why the Raptors are 6 for me then. And Boston's at 5. So moving on at number 7, I put. Oh boy, and this is where I know I'm going to get a ton of crap. I put the Jazz because I thought about it and I was like, the Jazz have made a big upgrade during the summer, at least with their roster, and they kind of continue to have young talent, which I assume is going to get better. Like looking at Rodney Hood, and they finally kind of got a closer in Ja 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 Ja. I had to do it. And Joe Johnson joining the team. I don't know. Do I got the Jazz too high?
no, I like the Jazz. I like their depth. They can go like too deep just about every position. And we got Joe Johnson, Dante Exum's coming back, and they have a good defensive player, Rudy Gobert.
and a real point guard now.
Oh yeah, George Hill. Yeah, I think they'll. I think anything under 50 wins would be a disappointment
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Well, behind them, I have the Portland Trailblazers. I kind of thought the Trailblazers were playing a little over their head. I mean, you could always say that their young talent's going to get better. I mean, they're in the top 10 of my ranking, for Christ's sake. But I don't know. I felt like they were playing a little over their head last year, and I kind of think they would regress now. And then, Evan Turner.
Yeah.
That's all you could say with Evan Turner on that roster.
Yeah. These next four teams that you have, I don't know how I would.
I didn't know how to do it either. I didn't know how to rank it either. So, number 9, I have the Indiana Pacers. I guess during the summer, basketball Twitter loves them. Granted, I kind of wonder who on their team is going to defend. Like, they may score 100 points a game, 110 points a game, but they might give up 130 a game. But, then again, you have those offenses that just can't score. So I don't know. I put them at 9. Monte and Jeff Teague as a backcourt is going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah. Indiana's a weird team to me. They hired Nate McMillan to, I guess, to run, and Nate McMillan's offenses in Portland were the slowest offenses of all time. Like,
Yeah.
really, really slow.
Well, they got Al Jefferson on that team now. Maybe he
Yeah.
is the it factor.
They were really efficient, but they were really, really slow. I want to see how they play with him and that weird lineup they have. Paul George and Thaddeus Young, Monte Ellis.
Thaddeus Young, I forgot about that. Monte Ellis, Jeff Teague, and Monte. Monte's a player that needs the ball in his hands to be productive, and that kind of cancels out the point of having Jeff on the team. Um, I I don't know. I don't know with that team.
Yeah, very weird team.
So at number 10, I put the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are coming back with the same team, but improving everywhere on the roster. Just because, the youth has to improve. They have a good head coach. And, well, I'm trying to think, what else did I say? I think they get better. That's what I'm thinking. Especially kind of like when you look at the teams in the East, who they would be going against.
Yeah. Pistons, their starting five is probably as solid as you can get in the NBA.
Yeah. Stanley Johnson will only get better. I know, we'll see. So, number 11, I have the hometown team. I have Atlanta. I was considering putting them lower, but I don't know what to think of this team. Like, you could put them at high if you assume all the breaks go correctly. But at the same time, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, we have to rely on Dennis. We're not sure of the backup point guard position. Small forward is still an issue. And what will we get out of Dwight? I don't know. I felt I was being generous with putting them at 11. I felt they could have dropped a few spaces.
Yeah. I don't want to be a homer either. I think this is probably about just right. They're just outside the top 10 or on the verge of top 10 team in the NBA.
Yeah. I don't know. We could see what happens. What if I don't know. We'll see what the Dwight effect is. We'll see what if Bud does anything with this team. I don't know. So 12, Dallas Mavericks. Guys, we are running through this fast. 12, Dallas Mavericks. They refused to rebuild, but they got Dirk on their team, so that's probably why. Signed Harrison Barnes, that huge contract. They gave Wesley Matthews that huge contract a year or whenever ago. Darren Williams is back. And did Bogut go to this team?
Yep.
I put him there because of coaching and young talent, and because I'm looking at the next couple of teams on my list, and I honestly wouldn't know if they could beat them.
This is where I disagree with you, Josh.
Oh,
I think
this is where.
OKC,
Okay.
yeah, I think OKC is a better team than the Mavericks.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Garrick, you're talking about my number 13, so it's not like it's a huge disagreement. I have OKC, but let me ask you this. How are the Thunder going to score? Because
Josh, nothing. There's nothing like a scorned Westbrook. So I think he's going to be slightly inefficient, but very,
slightly inefficient. He's going to be chucking that ball from three. He's going to be chucking that ball up so much this year.
And Enes Kanter, he can score. He's one of the best low post bigs in the league.
Well, I'm thinking, like, who can actually shoot on this team? Who's the second best player on this team? Steven Adams? Oladipo?
Probably Oladipo.
So if Oladipo couldn't play along with the Alfred Payton who couldn't shoot, I kind of wonder how he's going to play with a Russell Westbrook. That's Russell Westbrook with his shooting.
That's true. But Russell Westbrook is aggressive, so him driving will probably create some opportunities for Oladipo.
I don't know. I don't have as much faith with Oklahoma City right now. And guys, we're not going to talk about future trades that we're thinking that might happen. But I don't know, man. It's just kind of like you have Oladipo, you have Russ, you have Steven Adams, you have
Ilyasova.
Ilyasova's. Oh, they have one. Ilyasova is their best shoot. Well, outside of is Anthony Morrow still on that team?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm thinking with that starting lineup that they're possibly going to run out there, no one on that team can shoot. So it's just kind of like just clog the lane.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my question with the Thunder. But I have them at 13 and right above the Memphis Grizzlies, who, boy, this is a team where I kind of think like everyone's just gradually getting worse. Has Lance Stevenson signed with a new team yet? Or is he still?
I think he's still a free agent.
Still a free agent?
Yeah.
Man. Remember that all the time ago when he bet on himself to play with Charlotte? How much you wish he had that back. He could have taken that back. So,
Memphis. Yeah. They have
Memphis.
Conley and Gasol. That's probably it.
Conley's, yeah, I don't
with the new coach.
Zebo is still Zach Randolph is.
Yeah, I think you may have him a little too high, Josh.
Maybe? Really? Yeah. I thought about that, but then I was like, but that team. Actually, it might be because of my fear of. Okay, no. Who else do I have on this list? No, I take that back. I think I have them right on my list because I'm looking at the other teams that I have left, and I'm kind of like, well, I don't know. Just who's the small forward on that team now?
Chandler Parsons.
Chandler Parsons doesn't get hurt. That's at least one guy in that team that can shoot. Conley can shoot decently. Everyone else, but I don't know. It was really because I'm looking at the other teams on my list. I don't know, but we got to see what happens when the guys from injuries come back for that team. So we're halfway through this, and the last one on my category for the challengers are the Charlotte Hornets. So Al Jefferson is gone. We can no longer exploit. No one can no longer exploit that. But Batum and Michael Kidd Gilchrist are coming back on the wing. That's a pretty decently good perimeter combo for defense. Kimba is Kimba. Um, Jeremy Lin left, and he was huge for them, at least from the backup position. So I don't know. I have him at 15.
Hmm. Yeah.
Are they too high?
I think they're about an average NBA team. They have what's his face? Ramon Sessions.
Sessions.
Yeah.
So he can light up the Hawks and then miss shots against everyone else.
And they got Bellinelli. So
Bellinelli. Bellinelli.
a little bit of shooting and non-contract year Marvin Williams.
Contract year Marvin Williams. Wait, is Marvin still? Wait,
No, non-contract year.
not contract year.
Yeah.
They re-signed him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Big Duck Butt has returned. Hmm.
And Hibbert is going to replace Al Jefferson.
Oh, geez. You know, that I don't know. That team might be better, or I don't know. I don't know. They're right at 15, so it's like literally the average of NBA teams. So now on my next list, I kind of have like playoff hopefuls for this year. I put the Houston Rockets at 16. I felt they lost a ton. And especially kind of like how they looked last year. They lost their coach. Everything just went horrible for them. What's up with the Rockets? Am I too down on them?
They'll probably be the worst defensive team in the league, say from Brooklyn or Philadelphia or somebody like that. But Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson, yeah.
And James Harden. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying though.
Worse than the Pacers? Worse than the Pacers?
Yeah. You know who their coach is, Josh? Yeah.
Oh, D'Antoni. Wow, I did not think about that. Good point. Okay, yeah, you're right.
And they finally got Ryan Anderson after all these years. Remember the rumor was Ryan Anderson for a Sheik for the longest time.
Oh yeah.
So they finally got Ryan Anderson.
It's kind of funny.
But Clint Capella, I guess he's going to be their starting center. I don't know.
Oh boy, Sam Decker, get some minutes.
Yeah.
They were throwing out to what's that guy's name? The guy who played for Clemson that I was so into.
AJ McDaniels.
Yeah, McDaniels throwing him minutes last year. I don't know. I think they might miss the playoffs. I don't know. I gotta actually take a look at the teams that. So behind them, I have the Timberwolves, who I wanted to put ahead the Rockets, but because they're the Timberwolves, I had to question that. But I don't know. I think the Timberwolves could be pretty good this year. Not just because we have their draft pick and I'm being a homer, but I actually think they could be pretty good.
Like 41 wins good.
A lot of those would have to come against teams in the West. I don't know. I don't know. The young guys are going to have another year to get better. They actually have a real coach now. I think they might be good. 41. Maybe. They might get 41s. You know what? Yes. Yeah. Let's say yes, they get it.
Okay.
So, number 18, I have the latest super team in the East, the New York Knicks. What are the Knicks going to be this year? By the way, I don't know if you watched the Any Given Wednesday, but they had a thing on there that said the Knicks need to be known for the post-prime all-star team since they always sign guys after their prime, which I found kind of funny when I thought about it. The Knicks,
Um, I think you have them
too low,
a little
too
too high.
high.
Yeah, above your next two teams at least.
Well,
But
I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, maybe there's a chance that all of them don't get hurt at the same time.
yeah, I'm just
Is
thinking about
Jokic?
how they're gonna fit into the offense.
Yeah, I kind of question it too. They got a point guard who doesn't really pass, and then you have Carmelo, and then you have everyone else.
Super
Uh
team time, Josh.
super team. They got
And
didn't they pick up Courtney Lee, or am I thinking of someone else?
yep,
That was kind of like the only thing I really liked. Well, with them, I was like, oh, you got Courtney Lee. That's cool.
Brandon Jennings,
Oh, they did get Brandon Jennings.
Hawks great Justin Holiday
Just
in
he
that
did get
trade.
traded. Joakim Noah is on that team. Hawks great Justin Holiday. Wow.
If Joakim Noah is not hurt and he returns to 3 years ago, if
Well, yeah, same with Derrick Rose.
yeah, but yeah,
I don't know.
isn't
I think
Joakim
no.
from New York? So if you get some of that hometown cooking,
So number 19, the Wizards. I only say that because it was literally kind of like a coin flip between the Wizards and the next 4 or 5 teams. And I thought, and I was like, well, they have John Wall, and maybe this year, maybe Kelly Oubre will get better. Maybe Bradley Bill will actually feel like playing more than 20 games now that he got paid a ton of money. They got rid of Nene. I think Nene is gone.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't
we
know.
got Jan Mahimi.
Uh, well, that might be an upgrade. Um,
Yeah, new coach.
Scott Brooks. Uh,
Hmm.
is that a lateral? Is that a horizontal move? Is that a lateral move? Like, does that?
I don't
Did
know.
they
Randy
get better?
Whitman is a low bar, Josh. It's a low.
Well, apparently he was amazing because everyone complimented him on his defense and beating the Wizards. I mean, excuse me. Well, yeah, he did beat the Wizards, but beating the Raptors and all that. I don't know. People love them some Randy Whitman. Scott Brooks.
uh, they need improvements from Otto Porter and uh, Hawks message board legend Kelly Oubre.
Ah. Has it like the whole need improvement from Otto Porter been a thing for like the past what? It feels like 5 years, but probably 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving along, Milwaukee Bucks, number 20. Um, do they get better? I don't know. Do they improve from last year?
Um, I think with the improvements from Giannis in the second half of the season,
Yeah.
he averaged almost a triple double in the second half. You can probably use that. And who's the point guard? Carter Williams.
Carter Williams.
Uh,
Shaking my head. Thon Maker, man. The mixtape legend himself, who I swear was only playing against like middle schoolers. But Thon Maker.
Maker immediately becomes the oldest player on the team.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, he's apparently only what 8. Never mind. I'm not getting into that. Chicago Bulls at 21. If anything, I've heard of an ESPN hype team overhyped team. I don't. So for everyone who listens here, I don't watch really ESPN or anything on TV. However, it is hard for me to miss that people are talking this team up because of Dwayne Wade, Rondo, and Jimmy Butler. Garrick, who's the best shooter on this team
Wow.
in that starting lineup?
Doug McDermott, is he starting?
Is if
Miritich?
Miritich starts, does that make him the best shooter in the
Yeah,
starting lineup?
probably. You got to say their name really fast because there are no spaces in the name in the team, Josh. You got to say the Chicago Bulls really fast.
Chicago
No
Bulls.
spacing. Yeah, no spacing.
Chicago Bulls. I don't know. I think that is going to be an interesting team to watch. Especially because what's their coach's name? Hoiberg. Especially because Hoiberg's supposed to be all about offense. So I have no idea how that team's going to do. Okay, so looking at my young talent kind of section, I say young air apostrophes. Miami Heat at 22. Does Chris Bosh play this year?
Hopefully. Hopefully he's back. Miami Heat. Who do they have?
Whiteside.
Whiteside.
It's
Yeah,
still got the point guard, Dragic.
yeah.
Still got him.
$50 million man, Tyler Johnson.
I'm sorry, who?
Tyler Johnson. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Deion Waiters.
Young. Oh, that is going to be a fun team to watch. Deion Waiters. Yeah, Miami Heat 22. They, I guess, have young talent now. I don't know. So when I say emerging talent, I don't know. I have the Pelicans because massive sigh. Anthony Davis was supposed to be a thing in the NBA for years. Still waiting on it, but I feel kind of that team is holding it back. They got apparently the man of the NCAA tourney on their team, who I hear may or may not have missed every single shot in the summer league. Ashik is still on that team. Tyreek Evans, he didn't get moved yet, has he?
He's still there.
Okay, so yeah, I have New Orleans at 23. Have you like one? Am I? Well, do you have different rankings that you would put ahead of someone in these last few ratings? I completely forgot to ask.
Well, I did say I would move the Bucks and the Wizards up, and
Bucks
I'd
and
probably move the Bulls down.
oh, okay. So I wasn't being too rough on them.
Yeah, the Pelicans. Uh, were they the worst defensive team last year? Close to it. They got Langston Galloway, Solomon
Uh,
Hill.
oh, I don't know. I put them there because you look at the next two teams I have on my list. I don't know. I wouldn't know if they could beat them.
Hmm.
Orlando, I have at number 24. Like, you look at the team and all the young talent and all that, but then all of a sudden, Ibaka. I'm like, okay, they have Ibaka. Biombo. And I'm like, huh? And I don't know. I'm assuming Vucevic is. They'd be bringing Biombo off the bench, right? That'd
Yeah,
be the move. Okay.
yeah. And Aaron Gordon's playing the three, which I don't agree with, but and Jeff
He's
Green. Don't forget about Jeff Green.
Jeff Green is on that team?
Yep.
Yeah. I did not know that.
They have
Yeah, that's what.
they
So
have talent.
it sounds like you want to put them lower than 24.
No, I would put them. I want to put them higher, actually.
Higher than where would you who would you replace or where would you put them?
Oh, this. Uh, I'll move the Bulls down again. Probably move the Pelicans down.
Okay.
They'll be
Okay.
up there with the Heat.
Okay.
And don't forget about the coaching change.
Oh, that's right. They did actually get a legitimate coach this year. Well, I don't know how to. They got Vogel, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, I have that in my notes for that. Oh, okay. Good on me for remembering. So the Denver Nuggets 25. Um, for those people that don't know me, ignore my comments that I put for the Nuggets. Um, Garrick, I don't know if you have it in front of you. I'm just basically, I have my doubt in a young, Cronky owned team to develop talent, but that goes through multiple sports right there. For those of you that don't know me, I mean, my experience is that Cronkies can't develop young talent, but hey, what do I know? um, I'll put the Nuggets there just because they have young talent, and I don't know. They can. I don't know. Moutier, man, Moutier. I really liked him.
Yeah, they do have young talent. Nurkic and Jokic. I thought for the longest time they were the same person, but apparently they're different people.
Wait, they're different people. This is news.
And Jamal Murray, who they drafted.
That's right, Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray and that's what I was thinking about. Jamal Murray and Moutier is going to be my interesting team to watch. Oh, and they have Kenneth Fareed, who I'm shocked he hasn't been traded yet, and
Yeah,
I'm wondering if they're
and
trying
more
to.
Gallinari. Still have
Gallinari,
Gallinari and Mike Miller
oh,
somehow on the team.
Mike Miller plays on that team.
Yep.
Huh? Huh? Wow! Learn something new every day. So we're at number 26, my Sacramento Kings category. I have the Sacramento Kings. I love the Kings, Garrick. Like they are one of my more favorite teams to watch in the league. Just because you don't get this kind of dysfunction really anymore in sports, unless if you trade for Matt Kemp. But you know, unless if you have a player that's just been hot garbage for so long and you trade for Matt Kemp and you call it rebuilding. But hey, no, you know what? Never mind. Moving on. I hope.
I wish they would have kept Rondo. Can you imagine Rondo with Matt Barnes and DeMarcus Cousins?
Oh
Yeah.
man, a fight would have broken out on the
But
court.
let's say a prayer for Lamar Patterson.
So
He
apparently, have
finds
you?
peace.
Yeah, seriously. Good luck, Lamar. I, so have you read? Apparently, on like Sacktown Royalty, Rudy Gay did an interview where he just did not sound pleased at all with being there. Like he was saying stuff like, "We'll see what happens," or "I don't know who's on the team this year," and he was just like, "I encourage everyone go to Sacktown Royalty, read this interview with Rudy Gay," but it was a brutal interview where it was just basically like, "We get it, you don't want to be there."
Even DeMarcus Cousins said he had doubts about the draft.
Really, his Lord help me tweet didn't
Yeah.
during the draft. That didn't help at all.
I'm looking at their roster. Ben
Okay,
McLemore is.
he's still in that team.
They drafted Scal Labissiere, who's. I don't think he's ever going to be good. Probably came out a year too late.
Okay, where's Scalabisi, whatever his name is? Where's he from?
Like college or from.
From.
I think Haiti. I want to say
Oh, never
Haiti.
mind. Never mind. I was gonna say I was gonna never mind. Never mind. Well, I was gonna say it was gonna be terrible. It was gonna be terrible, but Vlade is just gunning for all these international players. But yeah, the Sacramento Kings, they are so interesting because they are so dysfunctionally bad Their arena, when I went to it, the Sleep Train, I went to it last year. It was so entertaining because it's such a huge contrast from what from what the light bulb looks like. I'm rolling with it.
I will turn this interview off right now. This podcast off right now, Chuck.
Turn the podcast. Phillips Arena, what Phillips Arena looks like.
Okay.
Hey, we're moving on. The Phoenix Suns at 27. I don't know what to say about the team besides they have draft picks and they overachieved a couple of years ago. And they have Bledsoe on their team, who everyone keeps telling me is really good, but he always seems to be hurt all the time.
Yeah. Bledsoe and Booker backcourt. It's pretty good.
Booker.
They have Brandon Knight. I forgot about him.
So did Brandon Knight. But hey. So we're almost done with this list.
Yeah.
Just flying through these last few. I'll put the Lakers at 28. Garrick, as always, please tell me if you want to change some things around. Are the Lakers better than Phoenix now that Kobe's gone?
Who do the Lakers have? Moscow. Didn't they sign someone else besides
Oh,
Moscow?
they did sign Mozgov. I forgot about that.
No, they're not better than the Suns.
They got all the young talent and apparently a more thinner but more developed version of Kevin Durant on their team. At least that's what I keep hearing on Twitter.
Luol Deng, that's who they signed.
Luol Deng plays for the Lakers now?
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, I did know that. It's just, well, I did know that, and I can't imagine it.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be very good.
No.
I think you have these last three exactly right. Well, I'll switch to the last two. But,
Really? Okay. Well, with the Lakers, is Randall any good? Is he any good? Because I'm kind of questioning this now.
yeah, it's tough to say.
Anyway, these last two that Garrick wants to switch. I have the Nets, which means you must have the 76ers as the 29th best team in professional basketball.
Yeah. I'm thinking the Sixers trade someone really soon before the
Okafor?
season starts.
Think Okafor's gone?
Or Noel.
Noel,
But
yeah. That makes sense. Who'd they trade him? Like,
probably for something for the future. Rest in peace, Sam Hinkie.
he died for their sins. He died for Philadelphia 76ers sins with picking
He
up.
died so that they shall live.
Now, granted, I kind of question his drafting these last few years. Like, I'm almost certain nobody had faith in Okafor. I don't know. I still would have taken the Snapchatting kid from Ohio State. Now that might be a biased statement, but hey,
The Sixers are that team in NBA 2K where you take all the veterans off and you just put rookies on the team when you're doing a franchise.
I
You
love
trade
it.
everybody away and just draft your own team.
Jeff Teague was in those rumors months ago, and I'm sure he was just like, praying, please no, please no, please no. I don't know. At least they have the Eagles to look at this year in their quarterback controversy. And so, okay, we were talking about the Sixers. You have the Nets at 30. I have them at 29. The Nets, I think they did the best that they could do during the offseason given their position. They went full 100% marketing by getting Jeremy Lin back in New York.
That's all you got, Josh.
Um, the rookie from last year, Hollis Jefferson, should hopefully be back. Who did they draft this year? Did they have a draft pick this year?
Yeah, yeah. Didn't they trade Thaddeus Young for a draft pick?
Drafted? They did. I don't know who it is. Um,
Chris
who,
McCullough.
who is on this
Is it
roster?
Chris? No, it's not Chris McCullough. Who is it? Um,
I have no idea. Who is on this Brooklyn Nets roster? Like, I don't even know who's on the team. Brooke Lopez.
yeah,
Um,
Anthony Bennett.
who? Anthony Bennett.
Yeah,
Wow. I did
they
not know.
signed Scola and Trevor Booker.
Trevor Booker. Okay,
Not gonna move the needle.
that's interesting. They also have Jeremy Lin back, so it's gonna put some fans in their seat back in New York. I don't know, man. Okay, so the only reason I put Brooklyn ahead of them is because Brooke Lopez is better than anyone on Philadelphia's team at this moment. At this moment. Now, I don't know about the rest of the team. Jeremy Lin is probably better than whoever they have at point guard. Um, Ish is he? No, who's on that team? I don't know. That about does it. I don't know. Plus, I know Kenny Atkinson is Atlanta coach, but he is a rookie coach, so we don't know.
For their sake, I hope they're a, uh, a lottery team, well, a high lottery team, just to screw with the Celtics.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that one. So, what were our biggest disagreements? You have Chicago worse. You have Washington worse. We disagreed. We shuffled our top, well, our 2 through 4. Um,
Yeah,
we were both being generous with the Hawks, but we felt they could have been dropped.
I
You
had
think
Dallas worse.
Dallas worse than the Hawks?
Dallas worse than you have them.
Oh, oh yeah, you're right. You think Oklahoma City's better? No, we switched Oklahoma City and Dallas. That's what it was.
Yeah,
You also think Memphis is, I don't know. You know, the argument could be made for Charlotte to be better than Memphis. Um, I thought I was being generous with the Rockets because I didn't want to be too hard on them, but you actually kind of think what you
well,
think what
I didn't say they were going to be worse. I just said the defense is going to be terrible. Mike
uh,
D'Antoni knows how to run an offense, so I think they'll be better than the teams you have under them.
get to see Patrick Beverly run a pick and roll.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, guys, that was my ranking for this week. Garrick, any final comments? Want to rank on? Say.
Uh, no, you did a pretty good job, Josh. Hats off to you.
Oh well, thank you. I was really bored at work, so I very much appreciate it. Well, guys, that wraps up this week for us on CawCast. Going through my explanation of the power rankings, and that's about it. Let us know your feedback if you have any. Let me know where I'm wrong. Let me know where Garrick's wrong. Let me
Don't.
know where you're wrong at. Anyway, appreciate it, everyone. We'll see you. I don't know. Next time we'll be back. Who knows? Might not be for a few weeks. Maybe. I don't know. Anywho, we out of here. Thank you, Garrick. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.